By morning, the battlefield was already lost. Hundreds of men lay dead. Guns were abandoned. An entire army had collapsed overnight, and the enemy hadn't fired a single shot. No ambush, no surprise attack, no brilliant maneuver. Just darkness, fear, and a single mistake that spread faster than any army ever could. What happened here wasn't a defeat by force, it was a defeat by panic. And once it began, no one knew how to stop it. In the late summer of 1788, the Habsburg Empire stood at war again. Its target was the Ottoman frontier. Its goal was expansion, security, and prestige. Its problem was that the army sent to achieve it was already unraveling. Tens of thousands of soldiers were spread across unfamiliar land near the frontier town of Karansebes. They came from everywhere the empire ruled. Different languages, different customs, different chains of trust. German officers commanded men who did not speak German. Orders were repeated, misheard, or not understood at all. In daylight, this was dangerous. At night, it was lethal. Supplies were thin. Disease had already taken more lives than battle. Rumors of an Ottoman counterattack moved through the camps faster than messengers ever could. Every sound in the dark mattered. Every movement felt like a threat. And everyone was waiting for the Turks. As evening settled in, small detachments moved ahead of the main camp. Scouts, light cavalry, men sent forward to feel the darkness before it reached the rest of the army. Instead, they found something else: local traders, camp followers, and alcohol, schnapps. For exhausted soldiers who had gone weeks without comfort, it felt like a gift. Barrels were opened, cups were passed, laughter replaced discipline. But word spread. Infantry from nearby units followed the noise. They wanted a share. They demanded it. Arguments broke out, then shouting, then shoving. Someone fired a shot. No one knows who pulled the trigger. Only that in the dark, it sounded exactly like the beginning of an attack. The shot echoed through the trees. Nearby troops heard it and did not ask questions. They already had answers. The Turks. Men began shouting warnings. Others shouted commands. Halt! But not everyone understood German. To frightened ears, it sounded like something else entirely. Something worse. Panic moved faster than reason. Soldiers grabbed weapons and fired into the dark. Shapes became enemies. Noise became proof. Cavalry tried to ride back toward camp, but in the chaos, mounted figures only confirmed what everyone feared. More gunfire followed, then more shouting, then screaming. No one could tell who was attacking whom. Once fear took hold, the army's own strength became its weapon. Infantry fired volleys at approaching shadows. Those shadows fired back. Sabers flashed, men ran, horses bolted. Artillery crews heard what sounded like a massive charge. Orders were shouted. Cannons were turned toward the noise. They fired, straight into their own lines. Entire units broke and fled, crashing into others who assumed they were under attack. Each retreat triggered another volley. Each volley created another retreat. Somewhere in the chaos, even the emperor was thrown from his horse. There was no command, no coordination, only survival. The night went on like this for hours, an army fighting an enemy that didn't exist. By the time the firing finally slowed, no one knew what had happened. No one knew who had won, or who was still alive. Only that the battlefield was quiet again, and that the real enemy was still 2 days away.